Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for our seated core stability. Our theme for today's workout is Epic Pursuit core stability. We're going to go ahead and get started with a warm-up. Starting by sitting in a nice tall seated position, feet flat on the floor, palms resting wherever you would like them. We're going to take a few deep breaths to start. Nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. I know it's kind of hard to find that calm while Thunderstruck is going on in the background, but we're going to start off nice and strong here today. When we are seated nice and tall, we want our shoulders to be stacked over top of our hips, our feet flat on the floor, rested at shoulder or hip width apart. As we are doing nice tall seated, we want to make sure that we're tucking our belly buttons in towards our spine, keeping that nice line from head down to hips. As we're taking those deep breaths in, bring that belly button in towards your spines and exhale, pushing the belly out. We want to fill up like a balloon in our belly, so take the nice deep breath in. Bring all the air to your belly and exhale it out. Nice deep breath in. And squeeze the air out with your belly. Fill your belly up with air, nice deep breath in. Focus on bringing that air down towards your belly. Exhale, pushing it out. We'll do two more. Nice deep breaths in. And exhale. Our next inhale, go ahead and put your hands down by your sides, palms facing forward. We're going to sweep our arms up overhead, taking a nice deep breath in. Holding it at the top and exhaling, bring our hands back down towards our sides. Another one, inhaling in, hands go up. Exhaling, hands go back down. Two more, inhale up. Holding at the top and exhaling, bring our hands back down. Last one, inhale, hands go up. And exhaling with our hands on our sides. For the next one, I like to have my hands rested on my knees. Feel free to have them wherever is best for you, but we're gonna do some heel lift and lower, so calf raises here. Bringing our heels up off the ground, transferring all the way to our toes. We're gonna keep doing these at our own pace here. We'll be doing our calf raises again later for an option to add a little bit of resistance later, but for now, for the warm-up, we're just gonna go ahead and do it body weight here. Taking these at a pace that's right for you. You can do left calf raise, right calf raise, or you can do them together. We're just getting some movement in our lower body. Couple more here. Alrighty, shaking it out, giving those legs a nice little bit of a break. We're gonna bring it into our W's from our YTWs for some shoulder squeezes. We'll start with our hands extended up overhead, fingertips towards the sky, wrists over top of shoulders, bending our elbows ever so slightly. We're gonna go ahead and have our elbows kind of almost out at shoulder height, arms still bent, and we're gonna go ahead and squeeze our shoulders back. You'll feel this, trying to drive those shoulder blades together to kind of like pinch a pencil at your spine. Nice little squeeze here in the shoulders, driving those arms back. You're only moving about an inch, so it's not a big movement. But we're bringing our hands and shoulders back, palms are facing forward, hands are making a W. Bringing our arms back, kind of go post arms up first. A little bit deeper than that.
Sorry, Annalise, could you turn the music down a little bit?
Absolutely, I can. Keep on doing those shoulder squeezes. Is that better for you?
I'm still having a little bit of trouble hearing you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and turn it down a little bit more. Alrighty, can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better. Thank you.
Alrighty. Let me know if I need to turn it up at any point. Alrighty, shaking our arms out here today. We're gonna bring it up into our neck. We're gonna go ahead and do our neck stretch from right to left. So starting on the right side, we're gonna go ahead and bring our right ear down towards our right shoulder. Feeling that stretch on the left side. And and switch it to the left side. Left ear goes to left shoulder. Holding it on either side, feeling that stretch. We just want to feel it a little bit before we switch sides. All right, right ear to right shoulder. Just doing this with the weight of our heads. We don't want to be pulling down on our necks and causing any pain. And switch. On your next time going over to the opposite side, go ahead and bring it into a neck roll. So instead we're going to bring our shoulder or chin down towards our chest, rolling our neck to the right, bringing our right ear to right shoulder. And rolling it back, bringing our chin to our chest, feeling that stretch on the back side of our neck as we bring our left ear to left shoulder. Bringing our chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, taking these at a pace that's right for you. If you are taking them a little slower or faster than me. And one more on either side. And shaking it out. If your hands are not on your knees, go ahead and place them there. Feet are going to remain flat on the floor. We are going to be doing some seated cat-cow, sitting nice and tall to start. We are going to take a nice inhale, deep breath in. Our chin is going to go to our chest. Our spine is going to go towards the back of our chair. If your spine touches your chair, just scoot a little bit further on that chair so it doesn't hit it. On your exhale, pushing your chest forward, pushing your belly button forward, kind of arching your back a little bit forward, and driving those shoulders back towards the chair. Head goes up, deep breath in, driving your chin to your chest. Hands are going to stay on your knees the entire time, rounding that spine, bringing that spine back towards the chair. Exhaling, pushing your chest through your arms, head goes up, belly button forward. Just transfer back and forth between cat and cow with each one of your breaths. At a pace that's best for you. Make sure that you're feeling that stretch all through your back as you're rounding it, bringing that spine towards the chair. Feel that stretch through your chest as you're pushing it forward into a cow. Inhale into cat, bringing that spine towards the back of the chair, feeling that in your shoulders. Exhaling into cow. And shaking it out. We're going to bring it into some shoulder circles. You can have your hands dangling down by your sides, or you can have them rested on your thighs, whatever is best for you. Bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, forward, down to the floor, and back for some forward shoulder circles. Nice work, everyone. Loosening up our body for today's seated core stability. We'll do a little bit of everything today, so we just want to make sure our body is prepared. Switching directions, bringing those shoulders up towards your ears, back behind you, towards the floor, and forward. You will not be needing any weights today. If you would like to use weights, I will let you know when that time is. And they will be very light weights. We're not doing anything crazy today, just want to bring some movement into the body. And shaking it out. Go ahead and grab that sip of water if you would like one before we get into our first flow, focusing on some core stabilization. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water before we get started. Alrighty. I like to sit a little bit closer to the edge of my chair. I have a little bit shorter legs and I want to make sure that my feet are flat on the floor. Our hands are going to go on our hips with our thumb being on the back and our fingers in the front. And we want to find kind of our hip bone. So we kind of want to feel where our pelvis is for our pelvic tilts. We are going to go ahead and roll our hips forward using our thumbs as an indicator to push our pelvis forward. We're going to push our bottoms backwards. So we're going to kind of lean forward as we do this. It's the same motion that we're doing in cat-cows without the upper body movement. So pushing, rotating our hips forward, pushing our pelvis forward, and using our hands to kind of guide our hips back. So we're tucking in our pelvis. Our back is getting a little bit hunched. Our belly buttons are going soft. We're bending forward. Engaging our core as we push forward. Shoulders go a little bit back, using our thumbs to push that hip forward, the top of the pelvis forward. And tucking our pelvis in, rolling it, using our fingers to help guide it back. And going back and forth between these as is best for you at your own pace. Forward, so anterior and posterior pelvic tilts, rolling forward and back. Engaging our core as we're pushing forward, softening it as we roll back to allow our pelvis to fully roll. And shaking out. We're going to go ahead and bring it into our low body for a seated single leg stretch. We're going to keep both of our knees bent to start. We're going to extend our right leg forward, heel on the floor, toes up towards the sky. Using your hand as a guide, or leg as a guide, we're going to bring both of our hands down our leg till we feel that stretch from our hamstrings all the way down to our heels. Feeling that stretch mostly in the calf here. Finding a spot that's comfortable for you. Reaching towards those toes, keeping those toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Really feeling that stretch on the backside of our right leg. We'll hold it here for a few seconds. And switch, extending that left leg out forward, keeping that right knee now bent in that tall seated position. Extending our arms down our left leg, toe is still pointed, feeling that stretch all through the backside of our left leg. Stretching out our body for anything that we will be having today. Remembering as we're sitting nice and tall, as we're going to switch back to the right side one more time. Whenever we're sitting tall, we want to engage our core. Our belly button is going to get tucked in towards the spine. Reaching down on the right leg, feeling that stretch through the right side. Maybe you've noticed that you've gotten a little bit deeper than the first time through. Maybe you're still at the spot you were last time, that is okay too. Sit nice and tall and switching legs one more time. Holding it here at the bottom of the left. And bringing it back. We're gonna bring it into some knee lifts. We're gonna do single leg knee lifts to start. We're gonna bring our right knee, sitting nice and tall again, engage that core. I like to have my hands rested on the chair, grabbing both sides of my chair. Totally up to you how you would like to do that, or some extra support. Bringing our right knee up towards our chest. Our foot is gonna stay flexed the whole time, so toes are gonna remain forward. Keeping that foot flexed, drive that knee up towards your chest and lower it. Driving that left knee up towards your chest and lowering it. Take these nice and slow because this is for our core. So engage that core, sit nice and tall. Take nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth as we work through each of the movements. And we are engaging that core as we drive our knee up towards our chest, lowering it down, working on those hip flexors, our core stabilizing muscles. Keeping that belly button nice and tight. We don't want to slouch at all today. We don't want to cause strain on our back. Our belly buttons and our core is what keeps us balanced in the day, keeps our posture nice and tall. Switching back and forth, right and left, at a pace that's right for you, but make sure that we're doing them nice and slow, that we are engaging that core through the whole motion. If you would like a little bit of a challenge, we can switch to both knees at the same time. If you would like to continue with those single legs, absolutely doing what's best for you. Again, I like to hold onto the chair as I do these, sitting nice and tall. We don't want to slouch as we do them. We want to lift both of our knees up towards our chest, lowering them back down onto the floor. Engaging our core through the whole movement. Taking nice deep breaths in with our nose, out through our mouth. The whole time, we want to sit nice and tall. Nice work, everyone. Driving those knees up towards our chest. Gauging that core. And shaking it out. We'll give our hip flexors a moment to breathe. We'll switch it into our seated twist or core twist. You can have your hands out in a T formation, bringing your hands out to the sides, fingertips extended, wrists are in line with shoulders. Or we can go ahead and bring it like we're holding a baby, switching back in like we'd be rocking a baby at our chest. And have our hands at belly button, grabbing our elbows. And we're gonna twist to the right. We're gonna keep our knees forward and we're just rotating our upper body. Hand, as we twist to the right, both of our hands, if they're out in that T formation, are gonna stay extended. We're gonna face the right side, keeping a nice and tall stance, face forward, twist all the way across to the left. If your hands are cradled, we're still doing that. Our hands are just at our belly buttons. Hold it there for a few seconds and twist all the way across to the right. Reminder to stay nice and tall. Sit nice and tall, taking these at a pace that's right for you. Twisting right and left, keeping our knees forward the whole time. So twisting only as far as your body, 1, allows, and 2, that your knees remain forward. We are twisting from the core, not from our shoulders. Relying on our core to do the twisting. Nice work, everyone. Taking those deep breaths in through our movements. Nice work. Keep it up here a few more. Feeling the burn in the core. Nice job. And shake it out. Give those arms a break. We're gonna bring it into some posture holds. So one thing that's super important with our posture is we want that straight line from our head down to our hips. We wanna pretend that there is a rope from the ceiling onto our head that goes through our body and down to the floor. So we wanna keep that straight line. We're gonna sit nice and tall, feet flat on the floor in a comfortable position. Hands can either be rested on our thighs or down on our hips. Sit nice and tall, shoulders go back. We're gonna take a deep breath here, engage that core really, really tight, and relax. Kind of slouching there for a second, dropping the shoulders. Hold that posture. One more time, we're gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax, shaking it out. And we'll go back into that posture hold. Holding it here, shoulders are kind of a little bit back. Nice and tall, engaging that core as tight as you can. Belly button drives towards the spine. Feet pushing into the floor to keep us nice and steady. Really focus on engaging that core, but breathe through this exercise. Holding it here. Nice work, everybody. Keep it up. Hold a nice straight posture. And relax. Nice work. We're gonna go ahead and bring in some push and pulls. You can do these with your arms extending forward. So we will be seated in that tall seated position, keeping a nice posture. Hands are going to be gonna push out at shoulder height. So palms are facing forward, extending our arms at shoulder height, pushing away from us. Wrists are still in line with those shoulders. Sitting nice and tall, engage that core, and make our hands in gentle fists and pull back. Our elbows are gonna go wide outside. Push forward, arms extend. Arms are straight out in front of us, pulling, elbows go out wide. So we're bringing our fists to meet our shoulders. Again, nice and tall, pushing forward and pulling at your own pace. Going back and forth between push with our palms facing forward, hands in gentle fists, pulling back, driving our fists to our shoulders, elbows out wide. Push and pull. Engage that core the whole time, really working on our stabilizing muscles and our posture here. When you are pulling back, pretend that there's a pencil that is along your spine and you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades to hold that pencil there when you are going back. Push, letting go of the pencil, pull, trying to trap the pencil in our spine. We want to bring those shoulder blades together, pushing and pulling. Nice work. Shaking our hands out, give our arms a little bit of a break. We are going to go into an overhead reach with a core pull in. So hands go up overhead, arms are reaching up towards the sky. As we do that, we want to tuck in our belly button as tight as we can into our spine without rounding our back. Take nice deep breaths in, holding it here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Bring that belly button in towards the spine and relax, bringing our hands down towards our sides and giving our bellies a break. Bringing our hands back up overhead, reaching up towards the sky, pulling in that belly button, holding it here. Engaging that core. Breathe through the exercise. Really focus on squeezing all of your abdominal muscles together, all at the same time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take nice deep breaths in. Keep your arms reaching up overhead. And release. Shaking it out here. We'll be bringing it into our upper body. So feel free to grab that sip of water before we go into our seated overhead arm raises. If you would like to start, go ahead. I'm going to grab a sip of water first. Alrighty, our overhead arm raises. We're going to do these with our hands going up from in front of us. Hands start down by our sides, palms are behind us, back of a hand is forward. We're going to sit nice and tall. Remember, always sitting nice and tall. That's our neutral position to start from all of our exercises. We're going to extend our arms forward, straight up overhead. So now our palms are facing forward with our fingertips up towards the sky. And we are going to lower our arms back down all the way to our hips. Hands go up and forward, keeping them straight the whole way until our hands are up overhead, where our wrists are in line with our shoulders, lowering our arms back down to our sides. Taking these at a pace that's right for you. If you wanted to add a little bit of a challenge here using very light weights, go ahead and grab those weights if you would like. And you'll be holding those weights with the heads going from left to right. Bringing our arms down by your sides, up overhead, and lowering them again. This is nice and slow. Keeping that core engaged, taking nice deep breaths in. Raising our hands up overhead, lowering them back down outside of our hips. Nice work, everyone. Keeping it up here. Lowering our arms back outside of our hips. Hands go up. And down, taking them at a pace that is right for you. We'll do 3 more, raising our hands up, down, up, down, and back up. Nice job. Giving our arms a little bit of a break here. We'll bring it into some bicep curls. So hands are going to start down by our sides. We want to keep our elbows pinched in towards our hips or our sides. So our hands are in gentle fists down by our hips. Engaging our core, we are going to focus on the bicep. So you can use weights if you would like for this one. I will not be using weights for any of the exercises today. Holding our hands in gentle fists, we will engage our biceps, bringing our fists up towards our shoulders, keeping those elbows pinched in at our hips or our sides. Elbows are bent, so our fists drive towards our shoulders, and we lower our fists back down to the outside of our hips. Bringing our fists up towards our shoulders and lowering. When you're at the top, go ahead and give your biceps a nice squeeze and release as we bring our arms back down. Squeeze, bringing our biceps to the top, squeezing at the top, lowering our arms. Engage that bicep, squeezing our biceps, bringing our fists to our shoulders. When they get there, give it a nice squeeze at the top and lower. Take these at a pace that's right for you. Remember not to slouch, keep that core engaged, shoulders stay tall, elbows stay tucked in at our sides. That way we're focusing on our biceps here. Nice work, everyone. Keeping it up here. If you're challenging yourselves with weights, nice work. Keep it going. Few more here. Keep it up. Keep it up. And shake it on out, giving our arms a little bit of a break, rubbing our biceps to get all of that out. Next up, we're going to be doing a toe tap and core reach. So we'll be tapping our feet forward, pulling or reaching and pulling back. So go ahead and start with single leg. So our right leg is going to extend forward doing a toe tap. So our right leg is straight, our toes are going to touch the floor. As we do that, our hands are going to push forward at shoulder height, like we did last time, pushing and then pulling when our foot comes back. Then we'll switch. Left leg extends, toe touches the floor. As we do that, we're gonna push our hands forward, palms extending out from shoulder height, hands in gentle fists as we pull back and bring our foot back as well. When we're doing that, making sure that our elbows are going wide, our shoulder blades are pinching at the back. Right leg extends, push forward, pull back as we return our right leg, pushing as our left leg extends, pulling back as it retracts. So back and forth between right and left leg toe tap, pushing and pulling as we are extending and retracting our legs, taking these at a pace that is right for you. Push, pull, making sure that we're squeezing our shoulders back, sitting nice and tall, no slouching here today. I caught myself slouching a little bit. Want to remember to sit nice and tall. Nice work, everyone. If you would like to challenge yourself, go ahead and do those toe taps together, extending both legs at the same time, bringing them forward, pushing, pulling as we bring them back. If you would like to continue doing single leg, go ahead and do that as well. But if you would like a little bit of a challenge, pushing and pulling as we are doing double leg toe taps. Nice work, everyone. Keeping it up here, squeezing our shoulder blades back. Great work. And shaking it out. Give those arms a break. They are probably feeling nice and toasty now. We'll go into a chest opener. I like to do this with my hands behind my back, but if you find that another chest opener is better for you, please do that as well. We just want to open up our chests. So I like to scoot towards the tip of the edge of my chair here. Hands are gonna go behind my back and I'm gonna interlace them behind me. I'm gonna roll my wrists towards my back, so my the laces are now, or like my palms are facing the back of my chair, and pushing my hands back. So I'm opening up, or I'm hunching my back to start, and then when I'm interlacing my fingers, pulling them back so that my chest opens. So interlocked fingers behind our back, pushing them towards the back of the chair, shoulders go back, chest gets opened. We're just gonna hold it here for a few seconds. Stretching out our chest here. Opening up that chest. Remember to take nice deep breaths. And shake it out. Give one of those arms a break, those elbows a nice little break. Doing a few pumps here to get my blood flowing before we go into our overhead press. Here's another opportunity to use light weights. We're gonna start with our hands extended up overhead, wrists in line with shoulders, hands in gentle fists. We're gonna go ahead and bring our elbows down to be parallel with shoulders. So our fists are gonna come down with us. Elbows are bent at 90 degrees, kind of like goalpost arms, and we're gonna extend them back up overhead. Bringing our elbows down to shoulder height, pushing them up. Hands in gentle fists, bending our elbows, bringing them to shoulder height, hands at 90 degrees, and pushing back up. Down and up for our overhead press. Nice work, everyone. Making sure that we're feeling that in our shoulders, in our shoulder blades. You can feel them kind of go up and then back down and rolling in our back here. Keeping that core engaged, belly button tucked in towards your spine. Pushing up towards the sky, pulling down. Nice work, everyone. We have one upper body exercise after this, so give it all you got here. And go ahead and shake it on out. Nice work, everyone. We're gonna bring it into our Ys and Ts from our YTWs, as we did Ws in the warm-up, and now it is time to do the other two. You can do a Y for a little bit and then switch to a T, or you can go back and forth between doing Ys and Ts, however you would like. Our Ys for our YTYs, our hands are gonna go straight up overhead, wrists are in line with our shoulders, and we're gonna open up, bring our hands down just a little bit. So our hands are making a nice V shape overhead. When our hands are here, palms are facing forward, we're gonna give a nice squeeze in our shoulders, so our arms are gonna go back about a couple of inches and go forward. Back and forward. For our Ts, our hands are gonna go in a T formation. Our hands are extending out right and left from our shoulder height. And we are gonna go ahead and squeeze our shoulders back. So our arms are gonna go back just a couple inches and back to the start. Squeeze. Every time that we are doing our Ys, Ts, or Ws, you're just engaging that muscle in your back, bringing our shoulders back and back to our starting position. So go ahead and switch back and forth between Ys and Ts in any formation you would like. I like to do 3 of each. So 3 Ys, bringing my arms into a T formation, 3 Ts, back up, giving them a nice little shake in between. Hands go up for our Y, nice squeezes here in the shoulders. Shaking them out, bring them into Ts, bring them back. Nice work, everyone. Couple more on each. Into Ts. And shake it out. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you would like. We're gonna go into our low abs and lower body. Alrighty. We're gonna start with leg lifts. We'll be starting one at a time. Extending our right leg out straight. We're gonna have our toes pointed up towards the sky, or you can have them extended forward, whatever is best for you. Extending our right leg up as high as we can before we lower it back down. Again, we wanna keep seated nice and tall the entire time. You can have your hands grabbing the sides of your chair for extra balance and support, but we wanna sit nice and tall. Once we raise our leg, lower it, bring it back, and extend our left leg, bringing it up as high as we can while sitting nice and tall. Lower it, bring it back, and switch back and forth between raising our right leg and our left leg. You can keep both of your legs extended out on the floor and just take turns raising which from right and left if you would like. We're only raising them as high as we can while seated nice and tall. The moment that you start to slouch, go ahead and lower. Nice work, everybody. Keeping it up here. If you'd like to challenge yourself, go ahead and do both of them together. This one, when you are doing them together, you will notice that you're gonna have to rock back, bringing your shoulders back, but keep your core engaged the whole time. That way you can get both of them lifted. I like to definitely hold on to my chair for this one for extra support. Lifting both of the legs together. If you are, if that is too much of a challenge for you and not good on your body, please continue to do your single leg lifts. Keeping that core engaged the whole time. Nice work, everyone. Keep your core engaged. Nice strong leg lifts, taking breaks as you need. And go ahead and shake it out. We'll bring it into some calf scoops. We'll extend our right leg straight out in front of us, heel on the ground, toes up towards the sky. Hands are gonna go on either side of the leg. So my right hand is on the outside of my right leg. My left hand is on the inside of my right leg. We're gonna scoop our arms down. So keeping our hands, palms facing each other. Scoop down on either side of that leg and sit nice and tall. Switching leg, extending our left leg forward, toes up towards the sky. Hands go on either side of our left leg. Arms are gonna stay straight. We're swooping down towards the floor, bringing our hands forward towards our toes, standing nice and tall. Extending our right leg out. Hands go down on either side, swooping our hands towards our toes and sitting back up. Doing nice calf scoops on either side. Hands are, again, palms are facing each other through the whole motion. Arms are staying straight. Nice work, everyone. Feeling that stretch through the backside of our legs. Nice work. One more on either side. And shake it out. We are going to go ahead and bring it into some calf raises. Our feet are going to be touching for these ones. Heels are going to touch and our toes are going to spread apart. And we're going to go ahead and bring our heels up off the floor, but we're going to keep them touching the whole time. So our knees are out, spread to the right and the left as we are doing our calf raises. You'll feel it on the outsides of your calves. Sitting nice and tall, hands on your hips if you would like. Heels staying together, toes are apart. Nice calf raises here, bringing our heels up off the floor, keeping them touching the whole time. If this movement isn't hitting your calves the way you would like, do traditional calf raises where your feet are apart, toes are facing forward, bringing those heels up off the floor, transferring all the way to your toes. You can push your knees with your hands to add some extra resistance if you would like. Couple more here. And go ahead and shake it out. We're going to bring it into some inner thigh squeezes. Feet together, knees together, and you're going to squeeze your knees as hard as you can together. You'll feel this stretch or this workout exercise on the inside of your thighs. So squeezing our knees together, you'll feel the inside of your thighs starting to engage and release. If pushing your knees together is hurting your knees in any way, go ahead and open your or spread your feet a little bit. Put your hands in gentle fists and put them next to each other in between your knees and squeeze your fists together. You're getting the same kind of exercise, but not the pressure of putting your knees together. So your hands can be in gentle fists in between your knees and squeeze those fists together. Hold them, squeeze them for a second and release. Whichever way you would like to do it. We're gonna try squeezing and holding here for 10 seconds together. But go ahead and take turns pulsing, like squeezing, releasing, squeezing, releasing at your own pace for now. Sitting nice and tall, engage that core, belly button towards the spine. Alrighty, we're gonna hold it for 10 seconds, starting now. Squeeze. Keep your core engaged, squeeze your knees together. Legs may be shaking now. Keep it going. Nice work. And release. Great job, everyone. We're going to go ahead and bring it into a seated forward fold to stretch out our body, extending both of our legs out in front of us. Heels on the floor, toes up towards the sky. Hands are going to go down towards our toes, along our legs. You may fall somewhere around your knees, your shins, or your toes if you're extra flexible. Feeling that stretch all through the back sides of our legs here. Nice work. Feeling that stretch through the back side of our legs after just doing our lower body section. And sitting nice and tall. We were gonna go ahead and do some hands on thigh push-ups. So our feet are gonna be flat on the floor. Knees are bent. Hands are gonna rest on our knees. For our push-ups, we're going to bring our chest towards our knees. So our elbows are gonna bend out towards our sides, pushing or bending forward and pushing up with our arms. We want to keep a flat back the whole way. So we don't want to round our back, we want to keep it engaged the whole time. So bending our elbows, bringing our chest towards our knees, and pushing up with our hands. So we're doing push-ups with our hands on our knees. Nice work, everyone. Keep that back flat. Pretend there's that pole or string from your head to your hips along your spine. We want to make sure that stays straight the whole time. Nice work. A few more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Go ahead and grab a sip of water before we go into our last flow of workouts, which is going to focus on the obliques. Alrighty, everyone. We're going to start with our oblique twists. Hands out in that T formation. Hands extended out at shoulder height, right and left. And we're gonna go ahead and twist right and left like we did the first time. So kind of like our core twists, but this time we're gonna do it with our T formation. Twisting to the right and slowly twisting all the way across to the left. We wanna make this movement nice and slow because we wanna keep that core engagement the whole time. As we get all the way across to the left, we're facing the left, going forward, keeping that core engaged the entire time, sitting nice and tall, and twisting all the way to the right. Nice and slow, twisting to the left. Really squeeze in here in our ab muscles. Nice work, everybody, keeping it up here. One more on either side, all the way to the left. Last one, twisting all the way to the right. Again, keeping our knees all facing forward and shake it out. Give those arms a break, get the blood pumping back inside of them. Next up is going to be our wood chops, which is a diagonal reach. So go ahead and bring both of your hands up and to the right, extending our arms straight as high as we can to the right. I like to kind of pretend that like I'm holding a stick. So kind of like if you were to chop wood with an axe or something, we're gonna go ahead and kind of make that motion down to our left hip. So reaching up towards the right, we're gonna go ahead and pull down and to the left. So both of our hands are outside of our left hip. Up to the right, down to the bottom left. And we're gonna make that movement nice and strong. So your shoulders are gonna come up and they are gonna go down as we twist all the way down as we try to get our hands as far to the bottom left as we can outside of our left hip. Extending both of our arms up and to the right, down to the bottom left, making a nice strong chopping motion from the top right to bottom left. Nice wood chops here, keeping it up. Hands can remain together if you would like. Nice work. And switch sides, bringing our hands both up to the top left quadrant, bringing our hands down to the outside of our right hip in a nice chopping motion. Nice work, everybody. Keep it up here. Nice fluid motion, bringing our left arm is going to stay mostly straight through this motion. Our right arm is going to bend a little bit. Feeling it in our sides here. Nice work, keep it up. Nice strong motions, nice strong chops. Reaching as far as we can to the top left, bringing it down as far as we can to the bottom right. Nice big motion here. Nice work, and go ahead and shake it on out. We'll be bringing it into some side bends. Sitting nice and tall with our feet flat on the floor. We're gonna go ahead and drop our left shoulder. I like to have my hand dangling down to the side. You can have it wherever you would like. So the left arm drops down towards the floor, right hand goes up overhead as we go all the way to the left. Sitting nice and tall, switching directions, dropping our right arm towards the floor, left arm goes up overhead. And we want to make this more of a dynamic movement. So we reach all the way across to the right with our left arm up overhead, dropping our right shoulder or hand down towards the floor, sit nice and tall, dropping our left shoulder down towards the floor as our right hand goes up overhead to the left. So switching back and forth between right and left side bends at a nice pace here so that we can feel that burn as we go right and left. Make sure to keep that core engaged, sit nice and tall in between right and left side bends. Keep it up here, nice work. All right, shaking it on out. Kind of like what we were just doing, we're gonna do them, but with our side crunches. So hands are gonna go up behind our heads. So our hands are resting behind our heads and they're by our ears. So we're not gonna pull on our head in either direction, but we wanna have our elbows out to the right and left. We're gonna drop our right elbow towards our right hip, sit up nice and straight, bringing our left elbow down to left hip, and we're gonna go back and forth between right and left, and we're trying to get our elbow to touch our hip. So nice strong side bends here. Side crunches. Nice work, everyone. Dropping our elbows right and left. Do not pull on your head. Our hands are just here, resting on our head. Nice work. A few more on either side. Drop those elbows down towards the hip. Crunching right and left. Engage that core. And shake it out. Alrighty. Give our arms a nice little shake before we go into our figure 8 hands. So our hands are gonna be either interlocked or interlaced, or just together, however you would like them. So I'm gonna interlace my fingers and we're gonna make a figure 8. So with our hands together, we're gonna go down to the left, come up, and across down to the right. Bring them up, down across to the left, up, down across to the right. So we're making a nice figure 8 or a sideways 8 with our hands. Keeping them together, our arms are extended out at chest height, straight out in front of us. And we want to keep our arms straight the whole time. Keep that belly button engaged in towards the core. You'll start to feel a nice burn. It sneaks up on you. So keep that figure 8 going in the direction that you have it. And then I'm going to challenge you by switching the direction of our figure 8 here soon. We'll definitely have to get our thinking caps on for that one. And switch direction. So up and to the left, down, up and to the right, down, up and to the left, down, up and to the right. Nice work. Sit nice and tall, feeling the burn and not just our shoulders, but our core. Making that figure 8 in the opposite direction. Nice work, everyone. 2 more exercises. Come on, give it all you got. And shake it on out. We're gonna go ahead and bring it into a high knee core twist. So our elbows are gonna go up behind our head like we did for our core, our side crunches. And we're gonna bring our right elbow down to our left knee. So our left knee is gonna drive up towards our chest. Our right knee is gonna come down to meet it. Sit nice and tall. Right knee is gonna drive towards our chest. Left elbow is gonna come down to meet right knee. And we're gonna switch back and forth between our crossbody crunches here, or our high knee core twists. So hands staying behind our heads, elbows out wide, driving our knees towards our chest, opposite elbow meets opposite knee. Taking these at your own pace. Nice work. Give it all you got. Your elbows don't need to meet your knees, but just try to get them down towards them. If they're meeting each other, great work. Give it all you got here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Last one before we get into a cool down. We're gonna go ahead and do a leg lift. We're gonna lift it 1 inch off the floor and hold it, but we're gonna alternate our legs here. So extending our right leg out in front of us, we're gonna lift it up off the floor about 1 inch and we're gonna hold it here. Keep on holding it. Find your zen. Nice work. Hold, 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 and rest. Go ahead and lift your left leg, keeping it straight out in front of you. Lift it up off the floor about an inch and hold it. Remember to sit nice and tall. Engage that core. Think about everything about the pain that you might be feeling. Engage that core. Give it all you've got. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on holding. And release. We're going to do it one more time on each leg, extending our left or right leg straight. Squeeze and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Your leg might be shaking. And release. One more time on the left side. Squeeze and hold, squeeze and hold. Engage all those thigh muscles to help support you. And release. Nice work, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to our cool down music. Get a nice little cool down in, and then I'll let you go. All right. Grab a sip of water if you would like before we start. We're gonna start with our seated cat-cows again. Knees are bent, hands are on our knees. We're gonna go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, driving that spine towards the back of the chair. Chin gets tucked in towards chest. Feel that stretch to the top of your back. Pushing our chest forward as we exhale. Head goes up, belly button goes forward. Inhale, shoulders roll forward, chin comes into chest, spine goes towards the chair. And switching back and forth between cat and cow at your own pace. Deep breaths in as we go into cat. Nice big exhales as we go into cow. Nice work. We're gonna go ahead and get into a side bend. Right hand comes up overhead, going to the left as we drop our left shoulder down towards the floor. Feeling that stretch from our hip to our pinky. Sitting nice and tall, switching directions. Left hand goes up overhead to the right, feeling that stretch from our left hip to our left pinky. And go ahead and switch. One more time on either side. Nice work. Go ahead and bring it into our next stretch. We're going to go ahead and bring our left ear to our left shoulder, feeling that stretch to the right side of our neck. Do a small circle down, bring your chin to chest as we bring our right ear to left shoulder. At your own pace, go ahead and bring it back to the left. Chin goes to chest, rolling over to the left. And back to the right. Sitting nice and tall, we're going to extend both of our legs together forward, nice and straight, going into a forward fold, bringing our hands down towards our ankles and our toes. Feet are up towards the ceiling, our toes up towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch through the whole back side of our legs here. Nice stretch, cooling down our bodies after our workout. Sitting nice and tall, we're going to bring our legs out wide, sinking back down into that forward fold for a wide leg seated forward fold. Feeling that stretch through both sides of our legs. Sitting nice and tall, taking 3 deep breaths in, hands down at our sides, palms facing forward, take a nice deep breath in, hands go up overhead. Holding at the top, exhaling, bring our hands down at the bottom. 2 more. In through your nose, bringing our hands up overhead. Exhaling, bringing your hands back down to our hips. Last one. Make sure you guys are stretching out anything else that you need. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.